ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. So yes. Greenleaf came back with a bang. So this is Greenleaf Season 3, Episode 2, The Space Between. So, the episode... Actually, hold on. So the episode starts off with Bishop. He's having a hard time sleeping on the guest bedroom bed because it sucks. It sucks. His bed is nice, it's lush, it's comfortable, it's firm, but it's also soft. So he tries to go and get in bed with his wife, but she says no. She says that's not going to happen. You better find another way. You better figure it out. You better sleep on the couch. You better do something, but get out of here. So then as she's leaving the room, Grace comes through and she's like, "Hey Dad, how is it?" And Bishop is irritated. He's just like, "Look, right now I don't want to talk about it. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep." Essentially giving her the brush off, and then even Lady May goes and closes her door. So everyone's treating Grace like trash like they normally do because they need someone to blame because of their inadequacies. Grace, she's trying to go and figure out what's with this Rochelle woman. So she actually calls her, and she's going to meet up with her because she wants to add her to this initiative. It's the whole thing of, if she's going to go and potentially mess up the family, the church, at least bring in some money. So even Sophia said, "What are you doing?" Grace said, "Well, I'm just trying to go and be a little proactive." Well, and back at Jacob's house, him and Clarissa, they're going and being nice and affectionate. Then we see Zora. Zora, she wants her phone just to go and talk to Sophia. And so then Jacob said, "You can use my phone. You can use my phone, but you have to go make the call here." So that's when she says, "Oh no, never mind." I'm thinking, really? Really? Because you wanted Sophia to do something for you. That's what it was. You wanted Sophia to do something for you. Clarissa is saying, "Why don't we just go and, why don't we just go and be a little bit more trusting?" I'm thinking, Clarissa, are you kidding me? Since when did you get this? Really? This little girl has lied to you, deceived, done so many foolish and stupid stuff, and now you want to go and trust her? So it's the morning time, and Grace, again, is just trying to be a good daughter and saying, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Bishop and Lady May are still going to run a program where they're going to go and lead the couples workshop with the couples. And Grace is like, "Oh, it's great that you can still find a bright spot in your relationship and share that with other people." Trying to be positive. And this is when Lady May was like, "Look, no, this is actually us just doing what we need to do to keep things going at the church. That's all. And your father has, so you know what? I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you constantly pointing out the inconsistencies and the fallacies within the relationship, or really more so within what your father did. We already know that he's trash. And why don't you go and focus more so on you and your relationship and the fact that you're sleeping with that man and doing all that stuff out of wedlock, but then merging back to our house as if everything is fine." I said, "Excuse me?" So then even Bishop said, "What the heck is wrong with you?" And Lady May said, "Look, I know we're going to have to put on an act, so let's just go." And so they go and leave, and they're at Calvary, they're holding hands, and they see the woman, the lead board member, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it was both. I was sick and out of town, but everything is cool." And she's looking at them like bull. Even the assistant is looking at them like, okay. It's just weird because it's not genuine. Rochelle met up with Grace, and Rochelle has money. She has money. She has investors. Grace knows it. So Grace wants to use that to go and fund initiatives for women who were from, I believe it was like domestic violence backgrounds, set up a fund for them so that they can go, start over or go to school? It was something of the sort. It was something really positive. And so then Grace hee ha ha's with her, but as soon as she leaves, Grace has that look of, this little this little bit is trash, but I need her help, and I'm going to use her to get to my end goal. While that's happening, we see Bishop actually meeting up with Rochelle, and because Rochelle's like, "Hey, Bishop," Rochelle looked hurt because Bishop, she was trying to go and hee hee ha ha with Bishop, but Bishop said, "Look, he's back in the house with Lady May," because Rochelle was saying, "I can get you like a better place to stay because those rates are ridiculous if you go back to that certain hotel." He says, no, I'm living at home. And that's when the conversation ends, because now she's thinking, dang, I did all this stuff just for him to go back already? I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. So now Lady May is Lady May versus Rochelle. When I tell you Lynn Whitfield made this entire episode, she went off. In one shape or form, she went off. And it was entertaining. She went off by seeing Rochelle, and just flat out asking her, "So what is this thing with you and my husband in your relationship? What's going on there?" And Rochelle says something slick like, "Oh, look at me thinking that I'm working my way up and feeling important, and then God gives me a lesson. You're right here." As in, dang, I thought I was going to take your spot, but clearly you're not ready to go anywhere. Rochelle thinks that she's slick, and while she's saying that, she also says, "Oh, and give my love to Lozora." Excuse me? Yeah, Bishop shared with me the fact that she ran away. I can understand that feeling. And Lady May said, "Oh, I don't run away." I said, "Oh, you better tell her. You better tell her. You're getting on my nerves, but you better tell her." Jabari calls what's the child's name? Charity. And Jabari, I don't know how I feel about Jabari. I agree with what he's saying, because Jabari's like, "Look, you said that you wanted to work, and I put my neck out for you. You have talent, but you're still a new artist." I think that's his mindset. You're still a new artist. I put my belief in you. I put my name behind you, and you're backing out on me. And you're supposed to be committed to me, but you seem like you're more wrapped up in your own relationship. He doesn't have to go that deep right now, because she's still saying that she'll be ready. Now, Jacob and Tasha are getting closer, and it's weird. It's super weird because Jacob shouldn't be getting too close to Miss Tasha, because he should not be getting too close with any other woman except for his wife. And Tasha brings these cue cards up here, new people, and they're kind of joking about that. And they have this moment where they kind of look at each other, and I'm thinking, oh no, Jacob, really? Really, Jacob? Carissa's dealing with issues at her school, and these elitist parents who, because they pay so much to have their kid there, and I'm sure that they pay extra for certain programs, their kid gotta be. And they're saying, no, the teacher is wrong. Not our child. Not, oh, is there any way that we can have him do extra so that B can be bumped up, or alterations so that B can be bumped up? No, he's supposed to be going to Yale, and Yale's not going to accept B's. So why don't you go and look at this essay and tell me that that's not an A? I said, oh God. People. Your child is not going to magically become an A student at an Ivy League school the right way if you don't make sure that they can go and do their thing, handle this stuff at their regular school. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Going and getting their grades boosted means nothing if they can't actually handle the work, if they can't actually do the work to the level that needs to be done. So because of that, Carissa was late. And Jake, it was fine, because guess who was there to help out? Tasha. And Tasha was talking to one of the new people a part of Triumph. And, this woman was saying, oh, Triumph is just so great. And the first lady, she's just so helpful. Of course, Carissa looked like Now, but I'm the first lady. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not the first. We know how this is going. We know that Tasha is intentionally trying to bring a wedge in between them and trying to do mind manipulation. And it looks like it's going to work because she has people who can be manipulated. She has loosey-goosey people that... It's sad. It's sad. Now, we see that Jacob... Jacob is one of those guys where I have to keep remembering that he was going to be an athlete. And a lot of athletes, since the spotlight's on them for either their talent or just, their celebrity factor, the show is about them. Life ends up being about them. So yeah, in everyday life, they're cool. But in their relationships, they require a lot of attention. And Jacob is no different. Jacob is the type of person where Carissa, she's doing all these things. She's being pulled in so many directions. And it's times like that when Jacob will start to stray. Because he loves his wife, but his wife can't give all of his attention. All of her attention, all of her affection to him all the time. Which is what he requires, even if he doesn't say it that. Oh my gosh. It's tiring. It's tiring because we see Charity, she's talking to Kevin, and Charity is she's still upset, she's still hurt, she feels like he's trying to take the child away from her. He's saying, hey, why go and just have the child stay with, stay with nannies and stay with babysitters during the tour instead of staying with the father. And I said, that's true. And she said, but you work. And it's like, but I can devote more time to the child than you'd be able to on tour. That's all I'm saying. I am here. And so my whole thing is, he is there. No time like the present. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Your family is there. You can find a way, you can have it so that people randomly pop in. It's perfectly fine, because this man dipped. It's no issue. It's just that we're going to see later. Jacob wants to do something nice for Carissa because she's been pulled in all directions. And of course, Tasha Skanks provides her services. She says, no, clothing, that's a dime a dozen, even if it's not cheap. And I'm thinking, wow, look at the lives that they live. All the clothes that he was looking at was at least close to $1,000. Thinking, trying to pass money problems, and you're looking at a over $1,000 gift for your wife? Okay. All right. So Tasha offers her services for jewelry, because that'll be more impactful. I'm thinking, now Tasha's tacky with her fashions. You really want to go? You really want advice and help from her when it comes to fashion? Okay. Okay. Bishop and Lady May invite the woman who has all of that money because she won it from the lottery. I believe that's how she won it. She comes into the house and she quickly talks about how there's something different about the house. And then she realizes, oh, it's because of the paintings. And yeah, remember, Lady May did change things around the house, like with the paintings, some of the furniture. And she said, it was time for a change. Just kind of hinting that there's troubled waters. But they need to go and put on this act like their relationship is great. They talk about how their commitment and love for each other, and how, yeah, you and your husband, it was beautiful to see how close you were as well. And just pulling at the heartstrings. And this woman really just loves them and loves their love. And they're going to be together for almost 45 years. And she just sees how beautiful that is. They're both looking like, yeah. Now Tasha is there with Jacob. They're going, and you would think that they're a couple. You really would think that they're a couple. How they're at this jewelry store. Tasha sees this necklace, and it was so tacky, and it was so big. I'm thinking, it wouldn't look good on Carissa or you. It's too big. First off, it's too big. Forget anything else. It is way too big for these small women. And so he's saying, oh yeah, that'll definitely look great on Carissa. And Tasha was trying to draw up sympathy. I almost thought that Jacob's going to buy it for her because the way how she was acting, like, oh, yeah, it was, because she was trying to say that Skanks, he was the type of guy to go and buy her things, but then he would go and gamble the money away. So then he would have to sell the jewelry back. A mess. I can believe it. See, the reason why it's believable is because she's mixing in the truth with the lies. And he even takes a picture of her with the jewelry on because she says, I just want to remember this moment. I'm thinking, you just want to have that as evidence so that later on you can show it to to Clarissa that, hey, I went jewelry shopping with your husband. She's not slick. She is not slick. So now Charity is talking to Clarissa, and Clarissa's trying to say, hey, maybe he can help you. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to have the father of your child go and help out. I mean, it helps me out. This whole thing of punishing him, because that's what she's trying to do. She's still hurt because of, it's a combination of both. The betrayal of Kevin being gay, not acknowledging it, and then kind of leaving them high and dry. It's the betrayal of both. And so she needs to get over the one regarding her child and just monitor. That's all she needs to do. Monitor. He has to prove himself because he messes up a second time. Oh, she's got him. She's got him. Now, Zora is in the room with Sophia, and Zora was using Sophia's phone, and I thought she was sending a message to someone. But then Zora talks about, hey girl, why don't you, here's some money. And first of all, I'm thinking Sophia, how did she get this money? Because she knows she doesn't have a job. But she didn't even think that deeply. Sophia was just instantly pissed because Zora was asking, can you go and buy me a phone? I'm thinking, buy you a phone? Buy you a phone? Yes. And so Sophia then said, is it to talk to Isaiah? She didn't have to answer the question. Zora didn't have to answer the question because Sophia already knew. And Sophia was pissed because Sophia's looking at this like, this man hit you, he abused you, and you want me to go and make it so that you can get in contact with him? So that's why you wanted me over here in the first place? Okay, that's cute, but guess what? I'm not doing that. I'm not helping you out. You better find another way because that's not going down. And I'm so proud of Sophia for sticking her guns because Zora was really laying it on like, come on, I really need your help. But she did not enable. And it's very difficult for a lot of people to not enable others, especially kids and teenagers. A lot of times they feel guilt and feel like, oh no, this person's my friend, this person's my cousin, this person is my family, I love this person. And so, I want to help them out, but sometimes the way of helping them out is misguided. But Sophia has her head on straight. I'm just hoping nothing bad happens to her this season because I feel like something will, and it will be partially Zora's fault. Now, Lady May and Bishop get down to business with the lottery winner and tell her, hey, we brought you here, one, because we really want to see you, but the IRS, as Lady May says, the IRS, they are saying that we owe $2 million plus interest. It's because of Mac. It's because of, some new tax rule, unpaid taxes. And then I love how the woman said, wait a minute, again? I thought that was already handled. No, this is something else. And she even pointed out, shouldn't you have money to cover this? They said, we should, but we don't. We have maybe a couple $100,000 to go and contribute, but that's it. The church has had multiple years of hard time, which is true, of hard times, and we wouldn't be asking you this because this is a huge favor. And so she didn't say yes or no. She just had that look of, Now, Grace, after having a nice little romper with her dude, Darius, Darius wants her to stay there, but Grace wants to go. And Grace is like, there's a lot going on at home. So then he said, why are you going there if there's a lot going on at home? And that's when Grace lets him know that Lady May was making her feel bad about having sex out of wedlock and then coming back to the house afterwards. Darius said, your family life is a mess. And they're very judgmental, even though all of their lives are a mess. Even though your father's doing this, your mother's doing that. It doesn't make sense. Why are you letting those judgmental people, God-fearing judgmental people, go and do this to you? And Grace got offended and left, even though he's right. That's why I'm looking at him like Grace, really? So you're partially enabling this too. Now, Jacob feels comfortable enough to give Zora her TV back. It was just a regular TV, not connected to the internet or anything. So he gives her the TV, and she's really excited, but she only has one channel. Yes, the restrictive lock is on, because you are still grounded. You're slowly gaining back our trust. Slowly. So now Bishop says that they secured the money. But Lady May's pissed because Lady May said this act is over. You went and told Rochelle about Zora's, Zora running away, which means that you went to her hotel room, didn't you? While your granddaughter was missing, you went to her hotel room to go and vent. How dare you come into this house and just go and make a mockery of me all over again? Only God creates from nothing. I'm just trying to clean up your mess. This isn't me. This isn't my doing. I said, ooh. But then he says, what about your mess with my friend? And she couldn't say anything. Because their relationship is over. It's over. It's beyond repair. 45 years of lies and infidelities. That takes a toll. That takes a huge toll. Once we go through that, now Clarissa feels a certain way because Jacob smells. Jacob has alcohol in his breath. Why'd he come home so late? And she doesn't trust him, as she shouldn't. She just doesn't realize that her timing's off. That's the only issue. Her timing is off. But everything else with her instincts are right. Jacob shows, you've been going through a lot lately. And so I want to give you this. And I don't care what anyone says. Clarissa, even though she was happy that Jacob thought about her, she kind of had that polite smile on. Like, oh my gosh. The fact that you thought about this for me, I didn't think it was like an knockout. Oh my, this is beautiful. This is gorgeous. But she accepts it. She's going to give him some because of it. And then he makes sure to delete the photo of Tasha wearing the necklace. I'm thinking, did you send it to Tasha? Because if you did, then it doesn't matter. Bishop is watching TV, a restless mind, as we know. And Grace just wants to know, hey, I was talking to Rochelle, and I'm working with her because I'm trying to see, Daddy, I just have to ask, are you doing any type of mess with her? It's like, what? How dare you? Daddy, come on now. We know that it's not out of the norm for you to possibly go and do this. I said, uh-oh, here we go. Like, could you go and do that to Mom? And that's when his father's like, I am not sleeping with Rochelle, just so that your mom hears as well. But Grace, why don't you go and ask your mom about her sleeping with my best friend all of these years? Grace's mouth dropped. And she slowly staggered away because she was shook. She didn't see that one coming. So then she moseys upstairs to talk to her mother, and she asks her mom, so you've been going and judging me all these years while you were actually the one going and having the infidelity? So is that why you're going extra hard at me to go and cover for yourself? Because how could you? And you know how proud Lady May is. So Lady May was just like, look, you've been wrong all this time and you can't own it. I'm done. I am done with you. I'm done with going and taking your mess. And I said, Lady May's going to have a stroke. She's going to have a stroke. Now, Clarissa, she looks like she's going to go and let the baby stay with Kevin. And I said, oh, this is so great. Everything's going a little too smoothly. The door opens and it's Aaron. Charity's face almost dropped. Does he live here? Aaron said, no, I don't live here. I'm just staying here for a couple of days. Why did the baby look at Kevin on cue when the door opened, though? I said I catch everything. A mess. So now Charity, Kevin's like, oh, okay, well, just give me the baby. And she's like, no. She didn't say no, but she stepped back with the child. And then she calls Jabari, and Jabari's pissed at her. Jabari's pissed at her because he's saying, look, I put a lot into making sure that all this could work out for you, and now you're just leaving me high and dry? And how could you do this to me? I think Jabari is pissed also because, again, Charity is putting her issues with her husband above her career and above her new relationship. So I get it why he's pissed. But I also felt like he was opportunistic as well. So I didn't think that relationship was going to last. Now, Rochelle did her part by bringing all of these donors and a lot of money. But Grace had to ask, is there anything going on with you, my dad? And then Rochelle went off on her saying, I thought as women, we are of the same generation, same ilk. You would go and, treat me differently than these other women. And then she storms out, and Grace, she felt bad for 2.5 seconds, but then had this weird look of, oh, she just tried to Jedi mind trick me. I'm not stupid. Rochelle, she stormed out, waited about 20 seconds, smirked, and then walked back in, and then said, look, we have to stick together. We need to go and focus on what matters most. These women, this organization. I'm looking at this like, wait, so are we just silently acknowledging that, look, whatever is happening, and we're just going to move forward? Because that was the weirdest scene to me. How they both just kind of flipped the script, and, this show. So now Lynn Whitfield, she goes and barges in to Bishop's room at the church, and the doors didn't even close properly. She's just yelling, how dare you go and tell Grace the one thing that I did wrong in this relationship when you had many infidelities, many lies, many issues that I covered for you. The one time I messed up, you wanted to go and parade it around to the world. You shared the only thing. So how about this? I am divorcing your black ass once this IRS stuff is done. I am out. I said, whoa. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. This show.